Hi, I'm Heidi with Playground Gym West, CrossFit Affliction here in Davie. We're going to go over the standards in the deadlift for the WOD number 1, which is the chipper. On the deadlift, the athlete will come up to the bar. This is going to be a conventional deadlift, which is the hands outside the leg. Athlete will remove the bar from the ground and stand up in an upright position. Hips and knees must be open. Hips have to be open, knees have to be straight. Bar comes back down to the ground. Do about 5 good deadlifts. Down and up. The bar must hit the ground each time. The bar is not allowed to bounce, or you're not allowed to, let's say, bounce and not open the hip. Dropping the bar, catching it off the bounce. It has to be fluid, down to the ground, hips open, knees straight at the top. We're going to go over the standards of the row for the workout number 1, which is the chipper. As the athlete gets into the rower, he'll take the handle out of the catch and start his 200-meter row. Upon completion of the 200 meters is when the athlete has to put the handle back into the catch. Judges will make sure that you're at the end of 200 meters before you exit the rower. Now, if your athlete does not rack the handle in the catch and just lets the handle go, they cannot get off the rower. They'll ask to come back and put the handle back into the catch before exiting the row. So this is one of the things. 200 meters before you exit the row, handle has to be in the catch. Now we're going to be going over the standards for the kettlebell high pull. At the start, the athlete will take the kettlebell starting on the ground. The athlete will then high pull the bell. Either the hand has to hit the chin or the bell itself. And then bring the bell back down to the ground. Each rep is starting at the ground to the chin and back down. Hips open at the top. Bell or hands hitting the chin. Now we'll go over a bad rep. Turn to the side. Bad rep is that the bell does not hit the ground. He stops at mid-chin, brings the bell only up to the chest, where the bell or the hand does not touch the chin. Hips are not opening. The hips isn't open. This is an all bad movement here. Bell has to hit the ground. I've got a good. Bell hits ground, hips open up. Bell hits or hand hits the bottom of the chin. 3 things we're going to be looking for. Wall ball standards. Athlete is going to be picking up the ball from the ground. Starting in the squat position, the athlete will then take the ball and throw it to a 10-foot mark or higher. You must go below parallel when you're on the squat. The ball also must be caught each time it comes off the wall. So we're looking for below parallel, both hands gripping the ball and jumping in and throwing into the 10-foot mark or higher. Good stuff. A bad rep would be not going below parallel, dropping the ball, so let's not go below parallel, and dropping the ball, not catching with 2 hands. Or the ball not hitting the wall at all and sliding up to the area, it's not even skimming the ball. Even skimming the ball is not going to count. The ball must hit 10 feet or higher, and the ball has to be caught. Let's do a good rep again. Below parallel, ball hits 10 feet or higher, ball is caught in hand, and continues on with the rep. If the ball drops, no rep. On the last rep of the 20 that you're going to be throwing, the athlete will catch the ball, drop it, and move on to the next exercise. Standards for the overhead lunge with the plate. Athlete will pick up the plate after completing wall balls. Plate goes overhead. Lunge starts where the back knee hits the ground, taps the ground actually. Feet have to come together to start the other lunge. Each time you alternate legs, knee touches the ground, Feet come together, you alternate to the next leg. What is going to be a no rep is resting the plate on top of the head, knee not touching the ground, and not opening the hips at the top. Hips have to be opened up at the top, knee has to touch the ground, that's all no rep, and the plate cannot rest on top of the head. There is also no bouncing allowed. As the knee hits the ground, you cannot bounce. It must be a fluid, toes, feet together as you complete. Now do a good rep. Plate above head, knee touches ground, feet come together, hips open at the top each time, standing nice and tall. Also, what's not allowed is stutter stepping as you complete that. Stutter step a few, walking a few. Your feet have to remain together to start the next lunge. You cannot drop the plate in front of you, walk up to the plate and then begin. If you are to rest, do a rest for me. A correct rest, dropping the plate or just placing it down by your feet and starting again. You cannot move your feet and start progressing unless the plate is overhead and your feet stop or start where they stopped the last time.
On the run, points of performance, 1 foot in front of the next. You're going to start at the start line. When you cross that finish line, time is up.